This training will introduce RUCKUS Analytics from CommScope, which is a cloud service that delivers robust reporting, informative dashboards, and analytics powered by machine learning for your RUCKUS network. As a note, this is our legal disclaimer, reminding you that some of the products detailed in this presentation may still be under development, and certain specifications, including but not limited to release dates, prices, and product features, may change. It also includes our registered trademarks. In this video, we'll discuss industry trends, customer challenges, give a product overview, and show how to win with RUCKUS Analytics, including competitive information, overcoming sales objections, and talk about key resources. We have additional videos that will demonstrate the functions and features of the product itself. Let's start by discussing industry trends. There is a confluence of trends in the marketplace right now in the IT industry that come together to make this the right time for this product in the RUCKUS portfolio. The first trend is network complexity. Today, there are more devices, device types, and more data traffic than ever before on the networks. Networks are becoming more complex, not getting simpler. That means the challenges to manage the network are more daunting than ever before. Helping organizations to manage these complex networks is one of the goals of RUCKUS Analytics. Cloud adoption. Another important trend is cloud adoption and the migration of applications to the cloud. It started with software as a service over a decade ago and is now moving to infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, which includes even workloads on AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and so forth. This migration to a cloud controller architecture is the wave of the future, which means the timing of this product is essential. Automation to transform data into network insight. The third industry trend is the theme of automation regarding data analytics for network operations to transform data into insight and management. Making sense of the huge amount of data is the challenge. Relying on human intervention to make sense of it is not sustainable because of the network complexity. Automation is the trend to transform data into usable information for network management. Recently, Gardner touched on this point in the realm of modern operations with complexity that is coming to bear on modern IT and network environments. They concluded that you have two choices. You can either automate some of the task of network management, or you can outsource it to a managed service provider. We have both bases covered, as you'll see in this presentation, because we help you to automate if you want to keep things internal, or we are also MSP friendly in terms of the RUCKUS Analytics offering. Gardner also said that we're 2 years away from true artificial intelligence, or AI, in terms of network management. We'll talk later in this presentation about the difference between AI and machine learning, or ML. You see the terms used interchangeably in the industry today, but it's not really accurate to use them this way. There was a recent analyst report from Enterprise Strategy Group, ESG, concerning network predictions for 2020, which was published in November of 2019, and there were a number of quotes from this report that reinforced the assertion that this is the right time for an offering like RUCKUS Analytics. The first quote says, "Moving forward, organizations won't be able to rely on acts of individual heroism, but rather will need to evolve to more automated, self-optimizing, and healing network environments." Another quote says, "Vendors will need to incorporate artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning, ML, into their solutions to facilitate real-time decisions regarding the network. At this stage, organizations should look for solutions that enable a crawl, walk, and run approach from manual with suggestions through semi-automated based on suggestions to full automation. This is an evolution that ESG sees with increased automation over time as the analytics platforms become more highly evolved." And finally, the third quote, "The network is generating a ton of data. Analytics solutions will be required to make sense of it." This just validates that it's not about having enough data, but making sense of it and having the right tools to do this. This slide reinforces that conclusion by displaying the evolution from basic reporting or data aggregation, which is the old state of the world, to the new state of the world today, which is machine learning around network analytics. Machine learning is the ability to auto-identify service issues in the network environment using a tool like RUCKUS Analytics that use machine learning to draw inferences the same way a human would do it, and to learn from network data in order to make network recommendations that the IT can then implement to remediate any network service issues. With machine learning, the system doesn't make those adjustments for you, but it tells you what it is you need to do based upon the inferences it draws from observing the network data. This is the state that we're moving to today. The future state of the world is full artificial intelligence, or AI. This is when you have auto remediation for self-healing of the network. This is even better than machine learning because it will be a very low touch or even zero touch method of network management with a full AI approach. Right now, we're moving to the machine learning level, which is what the RUCKUS Analytics tool is all about today. Here we are showing an analogy between machine learning and AI. Google Maps makes recommendations about the most efficient route to get from one place to another, but it's not going to drive your car. It's not going to take action. You still need to follow the route by driving your car manually. In the future, driverless cars will actually take action automatically to avoid hitting another car or a pedestrian, and it will be able to navigate in the most efficient route that is dynamic and changing as the traffic patterns change. So this is the difference between a recommendation versus actually taking action. Google Maps versus driverless cars, machine learning versus AI. Next, we'll discuss customer challenges. There's a lot backing up the need for this type of product. There are specific customer challenges that flow from these industry trends. The first is lack of insight into network operations, lacking the proper tools to understand what's really going on in a complex environment. You're really in the dark in terms of taking customer action to provide service assurance to network users. As a result, IT gets flooded with help desk tickets related to routine service assurance problems such as I can't get connected, it takes too long to get connected, I got disconnected, and so forth. As a result, there is an over-allocation of resources to these routine service assurance issues to the exclusion of other things the service desk can be working on or other IT priorities which get crowded out on the tyranny of the urgent. By automating the routine stuff, you can free up resources to focus on higher priority activities. Now that we've covered some of the problems, let's look at our product to help fix these issues. We have a product that addresses these concerns. It's called RUCKUS Analytics from CommScope. It's a cloud service that delivers robust reporting, informative dashboards, and analytics powered by machine learning for your RUCKUS network. As a result, it helps network operators become more proactive in network management, operation, reporting, and troubleshooting. RUCKUS Analytics fits into the software and software as a service offering of the RUCKUS portfolio, along with CloudPath, Smart Cell Insight, SCI, and Spot. Most of you have probably seen this slide before, so you're already familiar with the RUCKUS control and management products such as Smart Zone On-Prem and Virtual Smart Zone, Cloud Wi-Fi, Unleashed, RUCKUS IoT controllers, our line of switches, and our superior indoor and outdoor access points. RUCKUS Analytics supports two controller architectures, Smart Zone controllers using version 5.1.2 or later and RUCKUS Cloud Wi-Fi. Access points and controllers serve as data sources which measure and collect various key performance indicators called KPIs, connectivity status and flows, traffic applications, and more. The data is packaged by the AP or controller as lightweight streaming telemetry and is sent to the cloud through a secure transport. Once in the cloud, the data is ingested into a scalable and efficient data warehouse, analyzed using machine learning algorithms, and presented for your consumption in several different formats for a variety of use cases. This slide shows a graphical representation of the incremental features that we're building. Starting at the current state of the world is our Smart Cell Insight product, which maps to the basic reporting of our previous evolutionary graph. Smart Cell Insight provides reporting and dashboards, including the Data Explorer tool, and reporting that is on an on-premise product. This is the data aggregation state of the evolution. We're building on that functionality and moving it to the cloud and adding additional features that include incident analytics, health monitoring, and client troubleshooting. You'll be able to see these functions in our demonstration videos of the RUCKUS Analytics tool in other videos. This brings machine learning to bear on the customer challenges. The incident analytics of service assurance issues that affect users and devices in the network help us to identify anomalies in the network which will map to service incidents that are disruptions to service, such as slow connections or failed connections that are affecting client throughput. The system will automatically identify those issues and classify them based on the severity of the issues. which is based on things such as duration and number of users affected or the type of incident, and then do a root cause analysis and make a recommendation to the IT team for remediation to solve the service issues. Once you remediate the root cause for one user, other users are less likely to be affected by that issue. On top of that, we have health monitoring, which allows you to monitor and measure against SLAs based on key metrics with how the network is performing. On top of this, we add client troubleshooting, which allows us to dig down into an individual client and its experience on the network and determine what type of service issues it might be encountering. Then troubleshoot those issues and accelerate the solution of those issues so that the user can get back to where they need to be in terms of their connection. In the future, we're going to move to a world of artificial intelligence for network operations and service assurance. Here, we'll add network self-validation, where the network will self-validate without the need for overlay sensors, and it will be able to self-heal and automatically address service assurance issues without human intervention. This will be true AI. That's the future state of RUCKUS Analytics. In summary, what are the benefits and why do customers care about RUCKUS Analytics? They care because RUCKUS Analytics delivers comprehensive network intelligence powered by machine learning that addresses service assurance issues and challenges. It accelerates client and network troubleshooting so that service issues last for a shorter period of time, and it helps IT teams to meet their service level agreements. Next, we'll look at how you win with RUCKUS Analytics. Why sell RUCKUS Analytics? The first reason is to expand the footprint you have in an account and retain existing accounts, because when customers become aware for the need for these sophisticated analytics, they'll need to know that we offer them as part of our portfolio. Anytime you can expand your footprint into an account, it helps to lock you in. You'll also be able to position effectively against the competition, such as Mist, Cisco, and Aruba. We'll cover the competition shortly. It will also allow you to sell into larger accounts where the network complexity gets more complicated, such that you need a tool like RUCKUS Analytics. It also rounds out the offering in a way to increase the level of buy-in and the trust the customer is going to have with the RUCKUS portfolio going forward. Our target customers are large, complex networks with 25 or more APs and 1,000 or more users for both new and existing Smart Zone customers that will be using Smart Zone 5.1.2 and above software. It is also targeted for new and existing cloud Wi-Fi customers as well as managed service providers. This solution will be managed service provider friendly with multi-tenancy features. RUCKUS Analytics is not intended for SMB and unleashed customers, as these customers are more of the install and forget it mindset, and these type of customers generally wouldn't sign up for this type of sophisticated service. Let's look at some of our competition. One frequent question that comes up is how do we compete against Mist, who is now a Juniper company? Mist does a lot of advertising about being a cloud-native software company, and all their tooling is based on the latest cloud technologies. RUCKUS Analytics has been in development for over 1.5 years and is purely cloud-native software application. Both products are subscription services. It includes Kubernetes or K8 containerization and microservices to deliver the services to you. It's following the latest architectures in the marketplace that is available to all vendors, so it's nothing unique to Mist. This is important because we want all SEs in our organization to speak the same language, so there are not gaps in understanding of what we learn and what we tell our customers. For data transport mechanisms, we both use Kafka, but in addition, RUCKUS uses Google Remote Procedure Call, or gRPC. In terms of data efficiency, we use a lot of data efficiency in our data transport, so the bytes of packets through Google protocol buffers are compressed to have a reduced impact on data traffic as well as latency. We send the data out from our Smart Zone to the cloud, which is a very optimized architecture that allows many multi-direction options. Mist doesn't talk about their data efficiencies. Compute-wise, we also use real-time with Spark and other serverless architectures that we provide, which means we are just as good, if not better, than Mist. As far as machine learning is concerned, the technologies are almost identical. We also incorporate a mixed use of SLA and AD, and we use CEP where they use NLP. Our engineering team is happy to discuss additional details on machine learning as we increase our knowledge base. Artificial intelligence is self-generating code to do something where there is no code written beforehand. As far as we know, Mist or other vendors don't have any components that generate true AI code on its own, and we are clear that this is a future goal of RUCKUS Analytics. So why do we think RUCKUS Analytics is better? Classifications. We do machine learning classification of incident severity, which aids troubleshooting. Mist doesn't. They don't have incidents like P1 through P4. This aids troubleshooting and resolution of network issues quicker. Data retention. We retain data access for 12 months versus Mist 1 month. Mist keeps charts and graphs for only 7 days, while we keep detailed incident reports for 30 days. Data granularity. For data granularity, we are pushing data to the cloud every 90 to 180 seconds versus Mist pushing data every 10 minutes to the cloud, which means we can get to incident detection earlier and provide a more analyzed solution quicker. A lot of data can be lost in 10 minutes. Our reporting infrastructure, as well as the flexible reporting, which we call Data Explorer, is a very powerful tool in our cloud. Mist doesn't have this feature, and their reporting is limited. Pricing discounts. We have multi-year discounts in 3 and 5-year solutions, which provides a lower TCO on management. They don't have any multi-year discounts. We provide flexible management. We are the only one who is going to provide analytics solution for on-premise customers who have our Smart Zone controllers to just subscribe for the service, which is cheaper than moving to an all-cloud solution. And this does not include the extra money Mist charges for their virtual network assistant. Mist cost is multifold compared to our solution. As a note, we have a competitive data sheet that summarizes all of this on our website, or you can request more information from our partners or in-house sales team. Let's compare RUCKUS Analytics to Aruba's Analytics. For products required, Aruba requires 3 products that you need to install and use to get what you would get with RUCKUS Analytics. You would need their Airwave Management Platform, Net Insight, and Cape Networks. These 3 products are very expensive when you put them all together, even if you're able to configure and deploy them. All of this is built into RUCKUS Analytics. Data Collector. You would also need to install a data collector appliance on-premise. This is a hardware box that gets data from the on-prem system and then streams the data upwards to the cloud. For RUCKUS Analytics, the Smart Zone pushes the data directly to RUCKUS Analytics, and in the case of RUCKUS Cloud Wi-Fi customers, the Smart Zone already runs in the background of the cloud, so the data goes between cloud to cloud. Aruba's data collector is an expensive component and a single point of failure. Customers served. In terms of the number of customers served, Aruba's Net Insight is also restricted to large customers only with over 2,000 APs, so it's not available for small and medium-sized customers. Their solution is very wireless-centric at this time with limited wire ability as their switches have not yet been integrated. As of this time, we have limited wire capabilities now with full wired support projected in the near future. Why is RUCKUS Analytics a better solution? We believe RUCKUS Analytics is a better solution as we have full analytics services with a single product. It's very simple from a deployment standpoint, as it's a hosted subscription service in the cloud. You just need to upgrade your Smart Zone with release 5.1.2 or later, and it's up and running, versus Aruba requiring 3 products and prices with split UIs. Our data retention and access are for 12 months versus their data access for 1 to 3 months, depending on the data type. We have a low entry cost and linear per device pricing versus Aruba's high entry cost that prevents SMB and SME customers. We have a very powerful set of reports with flexible exploration of full data warehouse built into our solution versus Aruba's limited set of data reports and filters based on UI formats that you would get with Aruba's Airwave. We have assurance built in with a single subscription versus Aruba's pricey assurance license with more hardware cost, and we have multi-metric health SLA monitoring. This slide gives an example of what percentage of a company's overall network solution the RUCKUS Analytics solution would represent. Here we show a pie graph example of what percentage of a sale for a large RUCKUS deployment the RUCKUS Analytics portion would be. For 1 year, the RUCKUS Analytics price is $50 per AP. For 3 years, the cost would be $135, and for 5 years, it would be $150 per AP, which comes out at $30 per AP per year. The calculation is such that on a virtual Smart Zone with 1,000 R610 APs and a 5-year subscription, it ends up approximately 12% of the sale that is represented by the green wedge portion of the pie chart. For the value provided, we think this is a very reasonable share of the total cost of a RUCKUS deployment. The next few slides will cover some of the common objections you may receive and how to respond to these objections. So the objection is, I'm not convinced that we need fancy analytics to meet our SLAs. Isn't RUCKUS supposed to be reliable? You can answer this by saying RUCKUS is as reliable or more so as any infrastructure products out there. But it's not just a matter of reliability. The complexity of modern network environments makes it essential to have the right tools for service assurance, and RUCKUS Analytics is one of those tools. With this product, we give you the means to prove you are meeting your SLAs. So here's another objection. You're playing catch up with this product. Why should I believe it's going to be as good as the competitors' offerings? Your answer? It's true that we're not the first to the market with a cloud-based analytics platform. However, first to market is not necessarily best, and with the extra time, we're confident that we've gotten it right. Also, we're not totally new to this product category since we are building upon the reporting and dashboards in Smart Cell Insight. Furthermore, we also have experience with leveraging the cloud for other products. But the best way to understand the power of this product is to try it for yourself. What would you say to a trial? And here's a third objection. I don't think I can get the budget for this type of purchase. You can answer something like, well, can you get the budget to pay for additional headcount to troubleshoot your networks as they get more complex? In practical terms, RUCKUS Analytics more than pays for itself. Think of all the resources that you can save by leveraging this platform to process your raw data into real insight and by speeding up the troubleshooting process. Think in terms of how much productive your users will be. RUCKUS Analytics will be a small portion of your overall infrastructure purchase, and you won't have to expand capacity because of what you don't know about how your network is functioning. Compared to products from leading competitors like Cisco, HP, Aruba, and Mist, it's also a lot more cost-effective in terms of pure licensing and deployment costs. Here we show a list of key resources to help in your sales efforts. In addition to our web content, data sheets, product brief presentations, and selling sheets, we have blog posts and online training through our YouTube and LMS video training. If you have any questions, contact your RUCKUS CommScope partner representative. Thanks for taking the time to view this training.